So most email marketing fails because it reminds but doesn't sell. So take a look at this email for a second. This ugly text-based email, super long. It's like 1,000 words long. And this is a prime example of an email that moved the sales forward. This is for in Blair, a skincare brand. Skincare might be one of the most competitive industries. So this is what we have to do if we want to move the sales forward. If we don't, this happens. So this is Klaviyo's benchmarks. So if you go inside Klaviyo analytics benchmarks, and I normally don't do this, but this is, well, actually the Klaviyo account from this same brand that I'm telling you about, the skincare brand. So if we go to analytics benchmarks, so the average conversion rate in e-commerce is for email marketing is stupidly low, right? In this case, in skincare for brands similar to this one brand, conversion rate is 0.05%. Now we are getting 0.25%. So that is almost 5 times higher, and it's because we are sending emails that move the sales forward like this. So when I say that most email marketing doesn't work, and it's because it reminds but doesn't sell, this is what I mean. Most email marketing in e-commerce, most flows, most abandonment flows, like the checkout abandonment flow, cart abandonment flow, browse abandonment flows, they are essentially just reminding people to buy. But the reasons why people don't buy a product are plenty, right? So let's jump into the trusty iPad for a second. And so what happens is that we have this pie chart of reasons for not buying and abandoning a product. Forgetting about a product might represent, I don't know, like 5%. And here I mean literally forgetting that they were browsing, right? So this is like appealing to kind of Alzheimer's in a way. And like they literally forgot they were shopping, or they had some notification come up, or their dog was biting their kids, whatever it is, right? The bathroom flooded, whatever. And so basically they literally forgot about their cards, right? And I would argue that is around 5% of the total reasons people have for not buying at any single time. And most flows in email marketing appeal to that reason. We have the checkout abandonment, which happens when someone reaches the payment screen in Shopify, but then they leave. Then we have the cart abandonment, when they click the add to cart button in a product page and then they leave. They have to be cookied or pixeled by Klaviyo for us to trigger this event. Or the browse abandonment, meaning they were viewing a product page. Assume this is an I. They were viewing a product page and then they leave, right? And so normally what most email marketing courses tell you is to send the A, you forgot about your card, we're saving it for you. Same here with the add to cart, the cart abandonment flow, which is with very few brands have it. It's a good money printer, nevertheless, when done right. But most checkout abandonment email says, "Hey, we forgot about your card. Hey, we're still saving your card. Hey, here's 10% off." And then the browse abandonment is normally goes something like, "We saw you taking us out," which is super creepy, by the way. If you take a step back and analyze it, I know because I've received this type of emails. Normally, when as marketers, sometimes we are kind of disconnected from reality, which is a really bad problem to have. And so these email marketing courses tell you to send this type of email in browse abandonment. Hey, we saw you checking us out. Did you forget about us? Something like that. But I've received actual emails like this, and it feels creepy. Like, what do they know about me? Like, do they know what? Like, feels like Chinese surveillance type of vibes, and it's not good, right? Doesn't leave a good taste in people's mouth, right? So essentially, where I'm going with this, in this short story long type of rant, is that all of these reasons are appealing to all of these emails, all of these motives, are appealing to this one reason, which is forgetting, which again is 5% of the total reasons for not buying that people actually have. Reasons for not buying. Again, if we go back to this example, in skincare, they are selling a face serum, one of the most competitive categories that there are. And so we cannot be arrogant and simply assume that if we set up an email that says, hey, we saw you checking us out, here's your card, and if we even throw in a 10% off, we cannot be so arrogant to expect that in a competitive industry where people are considering buying 5 face serums at one time, and by the time they finish considering those 5, they saw a video, a reel on Instagram from an influencer they like, shilling and selling another sixth face serum. So it is super competitive. We cannot expect that an email that appeals to forgetfulness, Alzheimer's, is going to move the sales forward at all, right? So we are talking now about the psychology of sales, right? Which is what I like to do here in this channel. And that is why most emails also convert so low, like we already discussed, right? Average conversion rate in email marketing is super low, and this is Klaviyo literally giving us the average, the median conversion rate for other brands in this industry. And if you go inside Klaviyo analytics benchmark and see for yourself, you will also see what the average is for your particular industry. There is a problem because some brands are paying agencies, freelancers, or even have their internal teams set up this type of flow. So they waste a lot of effort into creating this type of flows, or they pay agencies a lot of money to set up these type of flows that appeal to these 5% of reasons that people have for not buying, skipping the huge, big, fat slice of pie that is the remainder 95%, right? So at any point of time, people have plenty of doubts, concerns, or they simply don't want the product bad enough yet. They couldn't care less about the 10% off discount. They don't care because they don't want the product in the first place. It's like if you saw someone on the street, you offered them a free treadmill, so essentially a 100% off discount. Doesn't get any better than that. There's still, I will argue, most people will still say no because it's cumbersome. It's where do I put it, right? I have no space in my apartment. So that is with a 100% of discount, right? So imagine what a 10% discount can do to move the sales forward. Not much for someone who's not convinced yet that they want the product. That is the right product for them, right? Which is why I had to create the whole conviction building strategy that was made precisely for this type of industries where we have to fight for that 95% and where there are other competitors and plenty of other competitors all making claims, all saying they are the best, and somehow we have to position ourselves as the leaders, right? So that is why we developed this approach. But that is the most important thing to remember from this video, why this type of flows leave a lot of money on the table, right? And yeah, this is the typical you're leaving money on the table type of analogy, rant, whatever you want to call it, but it's just true. It's from a first principles thinking perspective, right? It's just psychology. So that is why whenever we have to compete in cutthroat industries like that skincare or supplements, we rely on super high conviction emails, normally text based emails like this one that you're seeing right now, to move the sales forward. We still rely on designed emails, but that's for another video. But most often than not, the moving of the sale forward comes from text-based emails like this one, right? And we also roll this type of emails in on every industry now, every category, even if it's just selling gummies, sour gummies, like we're doing for Rotten right now. And it still works for brands that have a lore or a whole world like Rotten does, and we have to amplify that, so to speak. So if you're an AdWorld Prime subscriber, they have me prepared two master classes. One is on specifically on ugly emails, the other is in conviction building. So you can go inside, watch these videos. If you're not a subscriber, then that is fine. You can watch this other YouTube video right here. It's called How I Get 40% Sales from Email. It's gonna be linked somewhere in the description of this video, somewhere now on the screen. I am Matt Pirelli, founder of Email Engineers, an agency where 7, 8, and 9-figure e-commerce brands go to whenever they need to generate more email revenue from their own list. And we've made over $40 million in email revenue through Klaviyo specifically. As of this moment, we are working exclusively using Klaviyo for reasons beyond this video again. And most of those sales come from improvement, right? Not just setting up a welcome flow where there was none and calling it a day and saying we generated $1 million from it, but actually improving a welcome flow, a checkout abandonment flow, a whatever it is, campaign strategy, and it's just uplift from there. So I'm Matt Pirelli. It's been a pleasure having you here today. Bye.